I've been wearing them as popular barefoot shoes for over 3 years. Today I'll share my experience and my thoughts on 23 different barefoot shoes. Now, what are barefoot shoes? There are 3 primary factors. They're thin and flexible, so that means 1, you can pack it really easily into a suitcase, and 2, when you're walking around the city, you're better able to feel the floor and what the texture is like. And 3, there's 0 drop. So from the heel to the toe, there is no drop. Most shoes have like an incline, so your heel's a little bit raised. Disclaimer, there are arguments for and against barefoot shoes. They can be good or bad for you. I've found that I enjoy wearing them, and I'm gonna keep wearing them. I'm gonna walk through all the shoes that I've tried, and I'm gonna share my experience of what it's like and if I recommend it for you or not. We'll start with the very first brand, Vivobarefoot. These are the shoes I've been wearing the longest, and they have a wide assortment of different shoes that I've purchased. I have shoes for winter, summer, working out, etc. These are the Primus Lites. I think these are the 2s and these are the 3s, but these are hands down my favorite barefoot shoes ever. I bought these expand laces on the black ones, so that way I never actually have to tie the laces. I still need to do that on these. The laces always come off, but these are very nice because they're super breathable. They crush and they become really small. You can feel the ground. I started using these for working out, but now I just wear these as everyday shoes. If it is cold outside, they can be a little too breathable. And if it's raining, water can get inside through the net. The soles have held up pretty well, especially in the city. And if I had to pick a shoe to wear every single day, it would be these ones. The Addis. This one looks really neat. It's got a cool style. It's all white. I enjoyed wearing these. I don't wear them as much. I gave them to my friend, but these are a little bit more stylish. The breathability isn't there, and the shoes are a bit more firm than the Primus Lites, but they do have a more stylistic feel and they do look cooler. So if you want something visually appealing, this is a great option. Next, these Vivo dress shoe style ones. These ones I bought for wearing with like a suit or going to any kind of special event. They do feel more like dress shoes. I didn't want to wear actual dress shoes. I want to still stay barefoot wherever I go, but they're not as breathable. They still crush up. There's no mesh. They're a little bit more water resistant because of the leather. These are kind of like my special event dress shoes. I don't live in San Francisco anymore, and in New York City it snows, it rains, there's a lot more weather that I need to maneuver through, and these are the boots that I chose to go with. I bought 3 different variations, and these ones I like the most. They have this like Michelin tire grip on the bottom, and I was like, if it's gonna snow and be icy in New York City, I want to have a strong grip on the sole. So these have been really valuable. They look really cool when you put them on. They look sturdy. They've got a great look. I've gotten great compliments whenever I wear these boots, and people don't realize they're barefoot. Yes, the toe boxes are kind of wide and they can look a little bit weird at times, but overall I love these shoes. In terms of lacing them up though, it does take some time because they have like this advanced latch system, but they're great when it comes to handling any kind of weather. And I also wear these when I go hiking too. I love these boots. I don't wear them as much, but they're great for special conditions and special weather and outdoorsy hiking stuff. The next company is Feelgrounds. This is a company I recently discovered, and I really like their shoes actually. Breathability is amazing. It's kind of like got this mesh feel all around it. They're super flexible. The soles stay grippy when I'm walking around the city. They do feel much lighter than the Vivos, and they kind of look more normal, I would say. These kind of feel kind of like Vans maybe, but as you can tell, if you get the white ones, they're gonna pick up color relatively fast. And for some reason, when I wear these, I can feel the ground more than when I wear the Vivos. I'm still getting used to these in terms of wearing them around the city in the concrete. But this would be my second everyday wear after the Primus shoes. Next are the Vibram FiveFingers. These are the shoes where they actually have like the toes sticking out. It is a bit complicated to put these on. So one thing I realized is putting this on takes some time. You have to really learn how to get your toes into each slot. So that can be a little bit of a frustrating experience, especially in the beginning. But once you learn it over time, it gets much easier. And you do have to wear toe socks, so you can't wear regular socks. So there's kind of like 2 disadvantages with that. But the benefit is it really helps with splaying out your toes and making sure you get a full natural feel with your shoes. I do love the looks of these, and I love that they don't have like real laces. They're just super easy to put on. You don't have to worry about the laces coming apart because that happens to my other Feelgrounds and Vivobarefoots. In terms of grip, they have a nice rubbery sole on both of these, so they're very good when it comes to going outdoors, walking around any potentially wet or slippery surfaces. I do like wearing these sometimes because they stand out. It's not something I'm gonna wear on a date or anything where I'm trying to make a first impression, but if it's like friends that I know or people that I want people to think I'm a little quirky, I would wear these. Or if I'm just running errands, I'll wear these too. Next are the Splay shoes. These have even more of a Vans style look. As you can tell, the toe box is extremely wide. They also a very nice, strong, firm sole. They don't really roll up as much, but they can. I do like the look of these shoes. If you want something that has more of a normal look, this is probably your best option. I did notice that once when I was trying to put these shoes on, there was like a little cut that happened because I tugged it way too hard. So in terms of quality, this might not be the best material out there, but overall for the cost and the look, this is probably a really nice shoe if you're just getting into barefoot shoes and you don't want to stand out and look really weird. It's also the same kind of material as like Vans shoes, so in terms of water resistance and weather durability, I don't know if they're absolutely amazing. Now when it comes to summer, I like to wear a different set of shoes. These are the barefoot sandals that I have right now. They've got a very interesting look, especially when they put them on. It makes you look like a nomad or someone definitely a little more quirky. I like wearing these because they're super minimalistic, and then packing these is amazing because they're just like so thin. Like taking sandals with you, this is much better. better. I usually wear Birkenstocks as well, but this is just 10 times smaller. They also have this little copper thing right here for grounding with the floor. I don't know if it really does anything, but some people might argue that they like it. I love these shoes. Sometimes I'll just wear it around the house. It does require a little bit of effort to slide your toes in between here, as well as putting the heel onto here, whereas like Birkenstocks, I can just slide in without using my hands. So there is a little extra effort when it comes to these. I love these for travel and any kind of outdoorsy stuff. I do have a friend, Mike Hanna, who does run and hike in these. I think that's a little extra. I'm not ready to do that, but you do have the potential to do that with these shoes. Summer, winter, working out, everyday wear. What about running? So running, ideally you want some cushion. These are the Altra running shoes. I don't know if they're considered barefoot shoes, but they do have a wide toe box, which is really nice, and they have a Xero drop, but they do have a cushion, so you're not going to feel the ground like you do with the other kinds of barefoot shoes. But I do love these because of the wide toe box and the Xero drop, and I try to do my zone 2 runs throughout the week in these shoes. The only issue is the tongue part here is actually kind of sharp, and I've cut my foot because of it, so I have to wear long socks or else this thing will just like jam into my foot and cut me. But I love these shoes so much that I'm okay with that drawback. Ultra, can we fix that please? And lastly, the shoes that I do want to try but haven't tried yet are these Powersocks. You just put them on and they look like socks, but they're supposed to be just as protective as shoes. Xeros, Wildlings, Amazon barefoot shoes, and even maybe going no shoes. Is it safe to go barefoot in New York City? If you work for a barefoot shoe company or you know of other brands that you really love, let me know in the comments below and I will go ahead and see if I can get those. Now, what about accessories for barefoot shoes? There's 2 accessories that I absolutely love. Now, when it comes to putting on the shoes, I like to optimize in terms of how fast can I put my shoes on. I found 2 things. Feelgrounds, that you can buy laces that makes it kind of like slip on, but still looks like you have laces. Or Expand, I found these on Amazon. You can do these with any kinds of shoes, but it just makes the process of tying your shoes way easier. I'm just so lazy, I don't even want to tie my shoes. And the second one is socks. When you do wear barefoot shoes, some people recommend wearing barefoot socks. I have tried them, but when it comes to actually putting these socks on, you have to get each toe into each spot, and then if like you just wash them, sometimes the toes go inside. So if you make sure to take it off properly, then it might be easier than like going through and like pulling out each toe sock. But this is another step in process, especially for the Vibrams, you have to wear these. But I found some like decent ones on Amazon. If you're just getting into barefoot shoes, buy some cheap toe socks. See if you like it first before you buy really expensive ones. They do feel nice. It's just like putting it on and taking off is a process. So be ready for that. Now, why do I wear barefoot shoes? I initially got intrigued because my personal trainer a couple years ago was like, when you're doing squats or any kind of weightlifting, I highly recommend you try barefoot shoes. There's Xero drop, wide toe box, and they're super thin and flexible. The other option was going barefoot in the gym, but I was not about to do that. I initially just started wearing them only at the gym, and then after about 3 to 6 months, I started to wear them outside. I noticed my feet and my muscles would get tired. I started to develop the strength in my legs and feet walking around the city streets of San Francisco. I then fell in love. I was like, I want to get more barefoot shoes. And ever since then, I've gone through a ton of different brands and different kinds of shoes. I want to maximize my health, and if I can build healthier feet, ligaments, and muscles around my feet, why not do that by wearing barefoot shoes? Now, what would my dream barefoot shoe look like? It would have a very strong heel so I can just slide my shoe in. It would have non-tying shoelaces so that way I'd never have to tie my shoes, and I could literally walk to the door, slide my shoes in, not use my hands, and then it has a wireless charger so it charges my phone in my pocket as well. If a company makes those, I will invest. In conclusion, if you haven't tried barefoot shoes, I highly recommend just get one pair, try it, experience it out, see what you think. If you want something for high weather, snow, cold, get some boots. If you're in the summer type of place and you want to start with something more barefoot-like, get these sandals. If you want like an everyday wear, something you can wear to the office, to the club, whatever it is, get the Primus. And if you want to wear shoes where you're running, try these. But the biggest thing to note is transition slowly. Barefoot shoes can be drastically different for your feet than regular shoes. So if you haven't worn barefoot shoes, take your time, switch off, rotate. I started with just wearing at the gym and then maybe doing every other day and then maybe 3 times a week and then work your way up. Patience is key. Now go watch my video where I bought 17 different Vivobarefoot shoes right here.